Alright, drafters, we've got Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth coming to Magic the Gathering in just over a week's time, and I've got the limited guide that I'm going to be coming out with for all your pre-release and draft questions and just getting a bit of an idea of the format. They're always really popular, the most popular videos on the channel by a long way. But before that, we've got this little guide on Tempted by the Ring, and we're going to be looking at how Tempted by the Ring works and just a few intricacies, because it is the main mechanic, I would say, in the set. It's definitely the most complex one, the only real new mechanic, and it's going to require a little bit of explanation. There's a few little corner cases which are worth going over. So, what is it to start with? We've got Call of the Ring here. It's a rare that you can have. It's an enchantment, and it says at the beginning of each of your upkeeps, the ring tempts you. So this means that you get an emblem, this emblem called the ring, if you don't have it already, and each time the ring tempts you, you're going to get another one of these abilities. So it's an emblem which exists outside the game. I think it's in the command zone. It's just like a Planeswalker emblem. You can't interact with it, and the first time you get it, you get the first ability that says the ring bearer is legendary and can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. So you choose a ring bearer when you get tempted by the ring. That just means choose one of your creatures. It becomes a ring bearer. I think there's a little tear off thing on the card which you can use to represent the ring bearer. Don't worry, I'll go through a bit of an example with this in a moment. And the first time you be tempted by the ring, you choose your ring bearer. It's got that ability. You get tempted by the ring again. You can choose a different creature or the same creature to become your ring bearer, and you get the second ability as well. So these stack. So the next one is whenever the ring bearer attacks, you can draw a card, then discard a card. The third one says, whenever your ring bearer becomes blocked, I'll go over a few things with this later, whenever it becomes blocked, at the end of combat, that the blocking creature gets sacrificed, so at the end of combat, the blocking creature is sacrificed. And then the last one is whenever the ring bearer deals combat damage to a player, that player loses 3 life. So, or each opponent loses 3 life, so it cares about things in Commander, sorry. So this is how it works. Like I say, each time you get tempted by the ring, it's going to get an additional one of these abilities. After you've got all 4 of these abilities, so you've been tempted by the ring 4 times, it doesn't really change anything. You still need to get tempted by the ring to move that ring around, to change who your ring bearer is going to be, but it only has these 4 abilities. There's some cards which care about if you're tempted by the ring a certain number of times, so probably just put a dice on the ring to say how many times you've been tempted. I would say if you've been tempted 5 or more times, just keep moving to 5, 6, 7, or whatever, because it's going to be quite important. There are some cards that care about when you're tempted by the ring. So Gandalf says, whenever you're tempted by the ring, if you choose a ring bearer which isn't Gandalf, you get to draw a card. And this is really good flavour because Gandalf doesn't want to be the ring bearer, so it's pretty cool there. We've also got the Nazgul here, so it's a 1/2 death touch. When it enters the battlefield, you get tempted by the ring. And whenever the ring tempts you, put a +1/+1 counter on each wraith you control. So this is the wraith itself. So it'll come in as a 1/2 death touch for 3, and it becomes a 2/3 death touch as soon as it comes in and gets that trigger. So pretty cool card. I think I love the flavour on it, and it's going to be really nice getting a few of these on the battlefield in Limited. I'm looking forward to that. But it just kind of shows a few different ways that cards can care about the ring tempting you. Okay, so I'm going to go through a little bit of an example here. This takes you through how some turns might play out and how some play patterns might play out. So you say you've got a Goblin Hero in play. Goblin Hero is not in the set. It's a very Lord of the Ringsy kind of character you can imagine, but it's not in the set. I'm just putting this in just to say that you can use it with cards outside the game, outside of the Lord of the Rings sets. So you have this Goblin Hero out, you play a Nazgul. That means the ring's going to tempt you, and the Nazgul's trigger because the ring tempts you and it gets a counter. Pretty normal so far. You create the emblem, and the first ability is now active, and you choose your ring bearer. You can choose either the Goblin Hero or the Nazgul. I'm going to choose the Goblin Hero here because it's been in play since the previous turn. It means I can attack with it straight away because the Nazgul won't be able to because it's going to have Summon and Sickness. So fairly simple so far, get all that good stuff, and it's all fine. Doesn't really get too much more complicated, but we'll go through it a little bit more. So let's play another Nazgul. So the ring tempts you again because the second Nazgul is going to trigger, and that means that each of the Nazgul triggers, so you get 2 counters on each because they both see the ring tempting you, so they each put a +1/+1 counter on each Nazgul that you have, each shade that you have. The second ability is now active on the emblem, and you can choose a new ring bearer. So I'll probably choose that first Nazgul that came in because now it can attack again. So we'll say it's the next turn. Now it can attack. It's a nice big creature, and you probably want to attack with that one. Opponent won't want to block it because it's a big thing and it's got death touch and things like that. They might have a big creature, and then you can attack in. But you could just choose to keep it on the Goblin Hero, and that's fine as well. It doesn't really matter which one you choose. Again, just a reminder, I'm not sure if I've mentioned it already, if your ring bearer dies, the only way you can get another ring bearer is being tempted by the ring again. So that's going to be something that's going to be really important with how things work. There are a couple of ways to get tempted by the ring instant speed. I've got one here. I've got Bombadil Song, 100 green for an instant. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn, and hexproof until end of turn as well. The ring tempts you, so you can choose a new ring bearer at instant speed. However, look at the ring. The only ability which is going to really be affected by this is the last one. If you look at the third ability and it cares about the creature being blocked, if you choose a new ring bearer after blocks have been declared, the new ring bearer is not going to be getting blocked, even if it is already blocked, so that won't trigger. The last ability, though, where each opponent loses 3 life if the ring bearer deals combat damage to a player, then that does happen, and that does care about that does work with the instant speed swap over. So just bear that in mind. If your opponent is at 3 abilities, they've been tempted by the ring 3 times, and they've got potential to get the 4th one as well, that can be doing an extra 3 damage to you, 4 damage to you if you get the +1/+1 from Bombadil Song. So that's something to really, really watch out for if you're quite low on life. There are some cards out there which care about how many times you've been tempted by the ring. So we've got one on here, Frodo, Sauron's Bane. Funnily enough, the other one was a Frodo as well, I think, that I've seen. But you can see when the last ability is active, it means when it deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game if you've been tempted 4 or more times. And I'm kind of like completing the ring. The other one doesn't really care about if you complete it. I think it was either 2 or 3 times you've been tempted, so you got to have a look at how many times you've been tempted by the ring. That's going to be quite important, and probably just have like a dice on the emblem saying how many times you've been tempted. And I would keep going for 5, 6, and 7, even though it doesn't add any abilities past 5 and 6 and 7. It just means that you can move the ring bearer around again. But just to keep track, I haven't seen anything which cares about anything of being tempted by more, but what I could imagine is something that says equal to the number of times you've been tempted by the ring. We haven't had the full spoiler as I'm talking about this, because I did want to get it out before the limited set review, but it is something that is going to be important there. And that's about it. There's some codes on the screen. One of my viewers just emailed us with some codes, and this is from them, so thank you. Not going to name you, we didn't really talk about whether you want to be named, but thank you very much. It is very much appreciated. It was about a month ago now. I haven't really been making many videos recently. Slap my wrist, I know, but I am hoping to get a lot more out. I've got this video out now. I've got the limited set review coming out in Friday, Saturday, whenever full spoilers Friday. Hopefully get out Friday night. If not, it'll be early on Saturday. And then I've got something really special for the following week. I'm going to throw in achievement list in there somewhere as well. I'm going to do a few more things. So let us know what you're looking forward to about the set down below in the comments. I'd love to hear it. There's some really cool flavour there. I'm not the biggest Lord of the Rings fan. I liked it. I loved the movies when I was younger. Fallen out of it a little bit, but I'm still really excited by it. And there's a lot of nostalgia coming through here. So let us know what you're looking forward to seeing. Let us know what you're looking forward to seeing from me. And I'll catch you again soon. Bye.